Welcome to Flag Wars Multiply and Release. In this game, United States, China, Brazil and India are battling for total grid domination. They will collect power-ups and either multiply or release their stored bullets to gain more territory and deal damage. Brazil grabs a stash of bullets and doubles it. That's the multiply zone. When a ball lands on it, the player's bullet count doubles. And that's a release. All of their stored balls dump into their turret as ammo to fire. Brazil unleashes 4,000 bullets. United States grabs a bullet generator, more passive income per second. United States grabs a stash of bullets and goes for the release. China picks up its third bullet velocity boost. India grabs a stash of bullets and doubles it. India with another 1,000 bullet stash and unleashes a total of 3,000 bullets. United States has finished shooting and still trails, only at 26%. Fun fact about the United States, the third largest country in the world by land area. China narrowly missing the bullet stash, unlucky. China grabs a stash of bullets and goes for the release. United States grabs a burst, instant blast of bullets. United States picks up an arc widener, bigger firing cone. Fun fact about China, home to over 1.4 billion people, it was once the most populous nation on Earth. After all that, China still trails, only at 17%. United States picks up an extra gun, firing more bullets at the same time. After that volley, Brazil climbs to 34%. That puts them in the lead. China grabs a bullet generator, more passive income. China picks up an arc widener, bigger firing cone. United States picks up a velocity boost. India grabs a burst, instant blast of bullets. Brazil picks up an arc widener, bigger firing cone. After that volley, India climbs to 38%. That puts them in the lead. Brazil unleashes 5,000 bullets. United States unleashes 5,000 bullets. Fun fact about Brazil, the largest country in South America, covering nearly half the continent. China is hanging on at just 9% of the map. Tight at the top, India barely ahead at 32%. China grabs a burst, instant blast of bullets gaining more territory. China gathers a bullet stash and multiplies up to 10,000 bullets. China stacks it up, 20,000 bullets. China is preparing a mass of bullets. Let's see how much they can gather before hitting release. Here it comes. China unleashes 40,000 bullets after that build-up. But due to them only having one gun on their turret, it will take a long time to shoot them all. We will see if they can climb back. India picks up a velocity boost. Fun fact about India, the world's largest democracy and now most populous country. India grabs a bullet generator, more passive income. India is hanging on at just 9% of the map. After that volley, United States climbs to 42%. That puts them in the lead. United States jumps across the pachinko board to gather the bullet stash and unleashes 5,000 bullets. The United States flag carries 50 stars for the states, 13 stripes for the original colonies. India is hanging on at just 7% of the map. Brazil and USA are unrelenting in their attacks. India's flag bears saffron at the top for courage, white in the middle for peace, and green at the bottom for prosperity. United States is in command, 50% of the map already. India picks up an extra gun. Will this help them gain back territory? India picks up an arc wide enough, bigger firing cone. Brazil grabs a burst, instant blast of bullets. India collects the 10,000 bullet stash and goes for the release. Is it their time for comeback? The Chinese flag's 5 gold stars represent the unity of the Chinese people under the Communist Party. United States unloads, 10,000 bullets coming through. What a comeback from India, down to nothing and back in the fight. Brazil picks up a burst of bullets. This will help them stave off India and the States. United States leads with 42% of the map. Those 3 guns are doing good work maintaining territory. Brazil is stocking up, 10,000 bullets sitting in storage. Brazil unloads, 10,000 bullets coming through. Brazil's flag carries the national motto, Order and Progress, across its starry green and yellow sky. Despite the large storage of bullets, Brazil is hanging on at just 7% of the map. This single gun is not enough. Did you know the United States has more national parks than any other country? Everyone is firing their supply on all cylinders. Let's see if China can keep up. On the topic of China, China has built more kilometers of high-speed rail than the rest of the world combined. You might have noticed that when the turret is firing, the pachinko board is not active and the power-ups are still appearing. United States is about to finish their volley and will start collecting power-ups. This is their chance to secure the win. United States extends the lead after that volley, now at 56%. The grid is alive, bullets flying everywhere. USA is missing all the power-ups. What a catastrophe! India clawed back to 33%, just enough to stay in the fight. India is the birthplace of chess, the concept of zero, and modern yoga. Tied to the top. United States barely ahead at 40%. China has been quiet this game. Only 10 pickups all match. After that volley, India climbs to 45%. That puts them in the lead. Brazil is home to the Amazon rainforest, the world's largest, with around 3 million plant and animal species. United States is stocking up, 5,000 bullets sitting in storage. What a comeback from Brazil, down to nothing and back in the fight. United States unleashes 5,000 bullets. With their maxed out 6 guns, they are a force to be reckoned with. United States is hoarding the power-ups, 25 pickups already. India stacks it up, 20,000 bullets. United States is in command, 51% of the map already. But not for long. India is preparing a mass of bullets. Let's see how much they can gather before hitting release. Here it comes. India unleashes 80,000 bullets after that build-up. This is a balanced matchup. No elimination so far into the game. Per happen chance, if you watched this far, comment what you think about the commentary and include the word duck. While India is firing, USA is gathering their strength and hoarding power-ups. Let's see if that is enough against the might of India. United States pops off. 1,000 bullets. China is hanging on at just 9% of the map. India is in command, 63% of the map already. After all that, United States still trails, only at 17%. India leads with 59% of the map. China is hanging on at just 8% of the map. India controls most of the map, 72% now. India leads with 73% of the map. Every bullet that lands takes 100 HP off a turret, and turret health equals their displayed ball count. Drain it to 0 and they die. That's last stand. Every turret gets one free escape from death with a burst of bullets and brief invincibility. United States' last stand fires. After all that, Brazil still trails, only at 6%. India is in command, 64% of the map already. Brazil unleashes 2,000 bullets. Will it be enough? India leads with 65% of the map. USA needs to figure out something quickly or be the first one to be eliminated. India controls most of the map, 73% now. The bullets are landing now. Turrets are taking damage. That release saved USA from certain death. China is hanging on at just 6% of the map. India controls most of the map, 84% now. United States is out. 3 contestants remaining. India is on the brink, 95% and closing in. Brazil's last stand fires. China's last stand fires. Brazil is out. Down to a duel. Last two standing. China stacks it up. 22,000 bullets. China unloads. 22,000 bullets coming through, but with a single gun against the 6 of India, this is not a winning matchup. India is on the brink. 10,000 health left for China. China is out. India is the winner.